Several years ago, a man by the name of Lawrence Peter wrote a book about inefficiency in the business world. He called it The Peter Principle: Why Things Always Go Wrong. He sent the manuscript to one of the major publishing houses, and it was rejected as having no commercial value whatsoever. Peter tried again with another company and then another until he had 30 rejection slips. You would have thought he would have given up, but he tried again, and this time a publisher accepted the manuscript, and the book sold over 8 million copies. Peter's experience has been repeated over and over again in history. You may recall that Abraham Lincoln was defeated 7 times for elective office. Vincent van Gogh earned only $89 from all his paintings. Now a single work fetches millions. And while we won't be seeing him tomorrow, unfortunately, you might remember that Tom Brady started as the 3rd-string quarterback. The point is that these and many others never gave up. They tried over and over again because they thought they were right and really didn't care what others thought of them. In Luke's gospel, we have another story of rejection and of not giving up. Here, the rejected one was Jesus. At first, all the people were very impressed with him. They spoke favorably of him. They were amazed that this was the son of Joseph, whom they knew. But then, as it's said sometimes in the business world, Jesus talked beyond the sale. He went on to tell them that he was being sent not just to the Jews, but to others, and reminded them how a couple of prophets in the Old Testament dealt not with the Jewish people, but cured foreigners. The people who heard this were full of indignation and expelled him from the town. They chased him out to a cliff and were intended to throw him over. That's rejection. But he disappeared from their midst. Perhaps the point for you and me as we gather this afternoon in prayer is to be prepared to be rejected when we speak the truth. Speaking the truth is meant in the broadest of terms. It means that we have a conviction to say what we believe in and what we think is the correct thing to do, and then we understand that we might be rejected by another. They'll not agree, or they will secretly agree with our position, but not want to live with being implicated with it. We naturally want to be liked, to be accepted. We want to be praised, not scorned. But it's not easy standing up for gospel values when other values, some that might seem on the surface to be more appealing, are being promoted. Think about something that's going on in your life right now. You may know intellectually what the right thing to do is, but are reluctant to, quote, state the truth because of the high price of rejection and scorn. It might be something at work, at school, at home. It may have to do with money, marriage, sexuality, discrimination, injustice. As we gather around the altar this afternoon, let us pray for the strength, the courage, the perseverance to speak the truth and to be guided by gospel values.